I'd like to really say that the Philippines is in the nascent stage of the development. This is primarily constrained by the fact that we do not have a quantum computer, the full-scale quantum computer as they would like to see it. But a little later on, as Bobby had mentioned, we're going to unveil a modest version of it, just to probably stir up interest, especially among our younger generation. But we do have a large potential because of one, large number of large population. We do have the potential because if we train and educate our youth properly and align them or stir up their interest to pursue a career in science, in technology, in engineering, and particularly on quantum science, technology, and innovation, we will be able to reap the harvests of whatever investments that we're going to make. But we have to make that important step, and that is to get them convinced that this could be a career, this could be a educational track that they can follow, and that we need to provide them with all of these opportunities to interact and be exposed with the current development so that they will at least be literate and they can at least be confident in moving up, and they can also rub elbows with the experts and be given those opportunities to learn further by way of scholarships. In PSHERT, of course, we provide grants for doing research. So that means they have also that opportunity to develop their own take on the technology on different aspects, anywhere from maybe doing the hardware, contributing to it, preparing the software that will be used to do quantum computing, and be part of that greater workforce, which will establish certain niche industries, even here locally in the Philippines, if not in Cebu. Those are some of the lofty goals that we have. But at the moment, we wanted to make sure that our schools are well aware of this future direction. As I mentioned earlier, we were having this kind of maybe discomfort or feeling about 15 years ago with AI. So maybe now we have mixed feelings now with quantum, with all that certainty that it brings, but at the same time with all the promises that it will also offers. So we say the future is not really waiting for us. It's more like us preparing for it so that we can really reap its true benefits. Thank you.
Now, the department, you mentioned earlier that quantum technology is not yet as prominent when it comes to the USC's top priority. So how can we make sure that, aside from the projects and of course educating students about it, how can we make sure that these projects are well implemented and that they're expanded in the years to come?
Yeah. Thank you. One of the things that we're programmatically pursuing in the department as a matter of managing projects is to make sure that we figure out together with the researchers on how to best not only deliver the outputs of the project, but also to ensure that they know the pathway for which their technology outputs will be heading into. For example, some of these projects like the fabrication and characterization of photo-integrated circuits for quantum computing, hybrid quantum computing, we ask them really to interface with our local semiconductor and electronics industry, because connecting with industry is one way to somehow align with the goals also, or the directions of the industry in general. So it will be easy for them to integrate whatever gains that they have